So we're here in East Texas and there's some land for sale right here. And it's nice because it's tucked away on this little side road. And my brother's actually building a house down the road at the end of the road. Really cool house. And this one is probably my favorite property that's still for sale. So when you get up here at the front of the property, it's pretty heavily wooded. You'd have to clear out. It's mostly little stuff. I would try to leave as many of the mature trees as possible. But the lots are deep enough that you would be able to build further back. And I'll show you my favorite feature of this property as we get back here. So you'd probably be able to build the actual house starting about here in this clearing. It gets levels out a little bit. It's pretty flat. Still sloping, but it's not that bad. You should see the lot my brother's building on. Starsky's leading the way. So this would be about where the house would be. And then as we come up here, it reaches its peak. And then off to the back of the house, it just goes downhill pretty steep. And it opens up into, I guess you'd call it like a draw. And it's just, you'd never have to worry about anyone building behind you. I think this is all national forest. And there's just, that's a cool feature of this property is you just have wilderness behind you. And there's a creek back there. There's a lake nearby, so when the lake is high enough, that creek can get pretty high. And it's just, you can't really tell the slope on camera, but it's pretty steep. So we're facing back towards the road now, and thinking about, some kind of off-grid small cabin, the only issue I could see is how heavily wooded it is. If you were trying to do some kind of solar or anything like that, that could just be challenging. Maybe you could still get enough, especially if this is a getaway type home, it's not full-time. Maybe it wouldn't be an issue. I don't know enough about solar, but I just know it would help if there was a clearing or a spot where you could get plenty of sunshine. But Starsky's tired. I think he's ready to go home. The cool thing too is this is, very short walk to a lake. My brother's that he's building is actually lakefront. But, if you're thinking some kind of off-grid cabin situation, it's cool to have and nice to have a body of water like that right here. And, plenty of fishing and national forest right here. So hunting, if you're really thinking, especially with the way, you can't say that these things are, you can't imagine the world going crazy and falling into chaos and all that stuff because of what we've seen happen in 2020. But there's the creek that runs through the back of the property. And then it just opens up even more. It's hard to see through all the foliage, but it's a pretty large draw. And then it slopes uphill across. But it's cool. It'd be a cool backyard. And then that's looking back up to where the back of the house would be. So it just has me thinking about investing in a place and building a place where you can just go and you're not relying on anybody. I don't think we could live that way. I don't see my wife getting into like composting toilets or anything. But to have a place where you can come stay, we always come to this lake anyway. And the land, these lots are really cheap. And it's worth finding a way to make it work. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If this could qualify as a cool, usable off-grid lot. I think you could make it work. I think if you could figure out the solar situation, I think it could definitely work. You ready to go?